Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we've got the F10 behind us. We've got more mods for us today. Today we're working on interior mods. I've actually been looking at getting a retrofit for an LCI steering wheel. This one's going to be a heated wheel, but to do so, we've got to swap out the clock spring as well too. So I figured I would take you guys along for this. So if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We definitely want to keep bringing this type of content to you guys. So we'll just, without any delay, we'll just turn the camera around and we'll jump right in. Okay, so of course we've got the F10 here. Over here on the workbench, we've got a new clock spring as well as a new steering wheel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start pulling out this old clock spring. We'll jump into this real quick. So 6WV is installed. It's already been remote coded and it looks awesome. But to get you guys a good picture of it, of course I wanna get the wheel, everything done. So we'll get to that here in a moment. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this cover removed from the steering column, and I've got just some flathead screwdriver here. We're just gonna kind of pry this in here very gently. We're kind of getting this just to separate. Actually, see if we, that's what happened. So we're gonna try this just a little, okay. So what I'm going to have to do is I disconnected the battery, of course, after going through all that, but I forgot, I didn't notice that my steering wheel had already retracted in. It's always going to be best to have this all the way out in the out position as far as we can toward, of course, toward the driver as well as lower, so that we can actually get to everything we need to. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that back up real quick so I can make that adjustment. Now that we've got this in the correct position, again, we're going to use our flathead screwdriver to kind of pry in there to get this to separate, which it has on this side, and again do this on the other side as well too. We don't want to mess up the plastic. Get that moving already. There we go. Okay, so that's released here. Okay, there's actually a little clip here that we can kind of pull to get this to release around our signal, and that's what we did, and that's actually on both sides. You'll want to press that little clip, and that allows this to slide down, and that's this actually right here. I can't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll bring the camera in. What I'm doing here is on the side there's a small clip right here that you're going to depress in on that side as well as on this side to release this so that it actually will be able to drop. And so I've got my wire right here. This is actually for our switch. That is actually going to be for the heat switch that we're actually swapping out. It actually connects on the back. So to get this clock spring removed, we're going to need to get our little T-socket. So let me figure out which one that is. I'll be right back. Okay, and hopefully this is a good angle for you guys, but it's actually a T20 that we need to remove these 4 bolts. So we've got a T20 now. We're going to break this loose. There we go. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of these clock springs will come out of vehicles that have been salvaged. Sometimes these clock springs are not functioning any longer. But hopefully this one here does seem to be in good working order. So I'm going to get it installed, and if for some reason it doesn't function properly, then I'll just pull it back out. It's not that big of a deal. So there we go. So this clock spring is now loose. Now, same thing here. I'm again going to be removing this button here and replacing it with our heated switch. So basically, I'm just squeezing here from inside to depress this button and get it to start moving forward. So that's loose there. Okay, and we're taking the clock spring off here. And on the back side is where our clock spring, of course, is connected. So what I'm going to do is going to press these connections here. Oh, there's a switch here that has a lever to it, so you have to actually press down on the black button, and then the gray lever should slide over, just like if it was like a DME connection, or I think they even have them in the on your fuel pump. So there we go. That one came off here. So that's just that lever, and then we're going to get everything else disconnected. And this last one here is actually our switch. So there we go. So that is now completely disconnected again This is my old clock spring. This is my old switch here that does not have the heated function. So I'm going to set both of those to the side, and we're going to install the new unit. So we've got our new unit here, as well as our new switch. So I will go ahead and slide this switch into place. Move that forward to do what I want. Okay. Okay, there's a new switch with our heated button. Clip that down, and then we're just going to, the connections that we just removed, we're going to reinstall now. So, connection here. Again, now this is for a vehicle. Again, I don't have the driver assist package or anything like that. There may be more connections if you have a driver assist package or some of the extra features of like the vibrating wheel and things of that nature. That's not something my vehicle came with, but I think this is going to be pretty much the same. Okay, and then we're just going to lift that up and slide that back into place. Okay, don't forget there is a little, I think this is actually has to do with your ignition. So I would actually make sure this slides back into place where it's supposed to go. It just kind of slides on the side of your, has a little bitty section that it just slides into and sits there on the side of your console. Okay, so the next thing to do is go ahead and replace our screws. Sorry. And unfortunately, I will still have to wait a few days before I get my new wheel in to test out the heat function, but we'll probably won't release that video until we've done that. Okay, so we just finished getting our bolts in. We've got to make sure that, again, that our little section here, this for our ignition is actually slid in. I'm assuming this is for the ignition. It's slid into place, and then we're gonna lift this back up into place, the bottom piece here. Again, we're looking at these clips here that are going to secure themselves once we get this in the right area. One up on that side, and then this one here. Okay, so it just slides over, and when you get it up into the correct place, it will just set into place properly. There it goes. It just kind of locks in over the little piece there, and then you can pull this and bring this back down. Okay, so that is almost nice and tight. There we go. Squeeze that from the side there. Okay, that is locked into place, and we have our new clock spring in place. And for those wondering why I would take the time to replace this, again, for our automatic headlight option, but this clock spring, actually, the purpose of it is to run the wires to our steering wheel for the items that we need. So of course you've got your, I believe this one here is for your airbag as well as your steering wheel controls. This one right here is one of the switches that actually does your heated steering wheel, as well as I think some of those driver functions, some of the assisted driver functions. And as you will see from the old clock spring that I had, if you look in there, this, if I can get it to the center, this connection down here did not have any pins for it because my car did not come with those options. I could not use this to upgrade to a heated steering wheel. So that's the reason why I had to replace that clock spring if I wanted to use the heated function. So now we'll go ahead and throw the LCI M Sport wheel on, and then we can see if we can't get you guys a final look of how everything looks installed. Okay, so we just received our new LCI M Sport wheel. This one does have the heated function to it. So I've got my new Alcantara wrap from Mewant. I won't bore you guys with this. If you guys want to see a little bit more regarding wrapping the wheel, I'll put a link in my description. You can go back and watch me do it on the non-LCI model, because we did do a video of that a while back. But I'm going to go ahead and start disassembling this wheel completely. I'm going to completely disassemble the wheel, clean all surfaces, and then we're going to start the wrapping procedure. So we'll get that started, and I'll just give you guys the finished product. And just a little update, we've got the wheel completely disassembled. Now we've got some wipes here. We're going to do a thorough cleaning of all parts. before we go ahead and adhere this wrap to it. So, okay, so this is our finished product right now. And just as a quick side note, you do not have to disassemble your entire steering wheel to actually use this Mewant kit. I actually disassembled mine because this is a heated steering wheel, and I'm actually having an issue with one of the connectors. So if I can find it here. So this, of course, is our connector here that actually connects to this module. And I found that one of the wires for the heated function, see if I can find it here. One of these wires was actually, still doesn't want to zoom, didn't want to clean up there. But that's why I actually disassembled it. So I'm going to now fix this wire, and then I will be able to get the steering wheel all put back together. Okay guys, so of course we have our new clock spring installed. We've got our freshly wrapped, Alcantara wrapped LCI M Sport wheel, and man, when I tell you this wheel feels good, it is just beautiful, and it feels absolutely wonderful. So definitely something that you guys might want to look into in the future is doing a nice wrap on your steering wheel. So if you guys probably saw in the previous videos, I had the old M Sport wheel before. I actually had the blue stripe, which I really like the look of that. However, one thing I noticed is that my alignment on my vehicle, even though it's been freshly aligned, sometimes it's just not, the steering wheel is just not straight, and it just really irritates me. So I decided not to put that strip back in, because it was just a reminder at all times. I've been back to the alignment shop twice, still didn't get it any better. So it's just one of those things. I was like, you know, next time I do one, I'm probably not going to add that stripe, just because again, it's a really big indicator for me. So this thing is ready to go now. So we've got everything installed here. We're going to install our clips here. Again, one should be for our controls, for our steering wheel controls here. We'll slide that in. This is our repaired clip that I had to work on for this heated function. So hopefully that's going to work for us now. I'm going to push that into place. So that is good now. And then we have our new airbag. So of course the LCI M Sport wheel does have a dual stage airbag, and that is now good to go too. So we should be, just make sure my wires are clear, and we're gonna push this into place. There we go. New LCI M Sport steering wheel. This thing is just beautiful to touch. I just love the feel of this. It also goes with the suede wrap that I did. I mean, I did this over a year ago, but I love the touch of this steering wheel. So shout out to Mewant. For anybody that's actually looking for a really nice wrap, they have multiple different variations you can do. You can do leather, perforated leather. You can do this Alcantara. You can do suede. I mean, they have all sorts of designs. You can do your own thing. So I'm going to put a link down in the description to their eBay page, as well as to their Instagram. You guys reach out to them. I highly recommend their products. Again, you don't have to fully disassemble the wheel to actually do the wrap. I had to disassemble it anyway to repair that wire, so that was the only reason why I did it. So, but this is a very nice quality. I love this wheel. So again, if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Keep coming back for more. Again, I also have other content out there for other mods. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see. But everyone be safe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.